Alright, robot, here's the situation. The Vita Filters company has replaced this thing, sent me a new one, because they were doing their job of backing up their product when I installed the old one. So I'm going to install this thing today. Since it's a reinstallation, I know exactly what my toolkit has to be, and here it is. Phillips screwdriver, regular screwdriver, a couple of pairs of pliers. All that stuff should do it. I'm going to reinstall it into that thing. I'll do that, you do this. Back here, here's our old one. We're still getting the flow error. And this thing here is about 70 degrees. It never did heat up. Step one on all this, as usual, is shut off the power. Yoink, off you go. I've already got the skirts off, for the simple reason is I never actually put them back on from the last time I did this. Here's your setup. We got your electrical plugs there. We've got some electrical plugs behind that door. These two gate valves get shut. Those two things get unscrewed and this whole thing will come right out, because I never did screw it all the way back in when it was time to affix it, because I wasn't at all confident that I would be able to get it to work, and it was correct to not be confident. But we're going to try to install this new one in good faith and see what happens. These things are all plugged in the right. That one's right, that one's right. These 4 are right. Ground on top, black one on the bottom, just like it says on the little diagram. Let's fire it up and see what happens. Alright, we got water. Here's a moment of truth. Power coming on, maybe. Yep. There's 1. We gotta get up to 9. Now we're gonna reboot. Revision 3, so we got the right software. LL9, we're cool. It's alive! Now there's one more thing we have to set, which is the power. Gotta hold this down for about 20 seconds. There it is, 48. We want it at 40. Now we're in business. Now this thing should reboot back up normally. Now we're going to see it's set at 95, so let's get it up to 104 just to see if it heats up. Current water temperature is 82 degrees, and it's whatever o'clock, 2:30. Smell you later.